Welcome to another Excel lesson. In this lesson, we're going to talk about Power Query, how you're going to use it in Microsoft Excel. And you have to know that Power Query comes with Microsoft Excel and even Power BI. First off, what is Power Query? So you have to remember that. So it helps you both like get and also clean up your data. Okay. So let's say you are a business analyst, and then every month you have to analyze the data, like add columns, add rows, and even change some datas, okay, like configure some of them. But you need help to do it fast, okay? So instead of doing all the work by yourself, we can use Power Query to do all of that for you, and it will automate the whole program or whole of the process, and not by any coding, but it's going to help you on its own. Okay, so you don't have to do, or you don't have to take any hassle. And you have to know that Power Query is available on newer versions of Microsoft Excel, not on 2010 or not on 2013, but it will start from 365 and then go on later on. So where is the Power Query? Okay, so let's say what you have to do is go to data, and from there you will see that this option or this section over here, get and transform data, is where the Power Query will be available. Okay, so if you want to start knowing or start using Power Query, what you have to do is obviously have newer version of Microsoft Excel, and only then you will be able to use Power Query, because it's not available on older versions. But if you still want to use on older versions, what you have to do is download the extensions on those older versions of Microsoft Excel, and then what you have to do is use them after downloading it. Okay, now what we're gonna do first is, we can see by clicking on it, you will see that there's an option called Launch Power Query Editor. So that is where the Power Query option or Power Query tool will be available. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything. Now, first thing what we're gonna do is let's get some data. So first off, to get some data, I'm gonna go from here, Launch Power Query Editor, or Data Source Settings. Select on whichever one you want, or combine queries. Okay, you can also merge them. You can also Azure, database, from file, whichever one type of one you want. That is also up to you, so you don't have to worry about anything. First off, we can also launch Power Query Editor, and it's going to open up a pop-up. Well, it might take some time, and then you will see that this is how Power Query Editor will look like. Okay, but we're not going to go through any of these today, because this is the basic course of how you will be able to use Microsoft Power Query. So I'm going to skip it for today and then show you what we're going to do from today. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is, let's say from folder. After selecting from folder, what we're going to do is, okay, let's do a combine first. Okay, so I'm going to do is combine some queries, okay, or combine it. So you can also select, okay, so if you want to select from the file which you have your data on, you can also do that. So first off, what you're gonna do is, let's say we're gonna find out the files where you have your Excel sheets on, and then combine it later on. So to combine it later on, what we're gonna do is go to get data. Okay, after going to get data, what we're gonna do is obviously click on from database or whichever file you have, and then what you're gonna do is select it. Okay, so first of all, what we're gonna do is select on from file. So from file, we're gonna go is from folder. Click on from folder. After clicking on folder, you will be able to select the folder. So I'm gonna do is go to downloads, or maybe go to desktop. Let's say desktop. This desktop. Let's see which file it has. It doesn't have any Power Query, so I'm gonna do is, let's say, open up. Well, as you can see now, there are a lot of those options, or a lot of those binary and even Excel or Excel sheets or Excel programs there in my desktop. So you can see that you can also combine all of them. So if you want to combine all of them, you will be able to do that too. So as I have a lot of them, just like not only Excel, so I'm gonna cut it, and then what I'm gonna do is keep them or keep the Excel files elsewhere so I can only combine Excel sheets. Okay, so give me a time. So as I've done it, so I'm gonna go to like from file, from folder, I'm gonna do is go to H, and from there I'm gonna select on JJK. I'm just gonna press open, and you will see that these are the Excel functions. Okay, so I'm gonna do is combine all of them. So you can like combine and transform the data, you can combine and load them, or you can also load them too. Okay, whichever one you want. So I'm gonna do is combine and transform the data. Okay, so it's gonna take a while, and then in a while it's gonna show you what type of data it has in the table. Okay, you will be able to see all of them however you want them to be. Okay, dashboards, pivot table, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, well, all of them are now shown in null. So skip files with errors, I'm going to press on OK, and you will see that all of the files which does have the errors is going to skip it, and it's going to evaluate the query. So after evaluating the query, it's going to show you the change or applied steps, what type of steps it applied to do or to like change the formulas or even change the data. Okay, so as it has changed the data, now what I'm gonna do is, let's say we're gonna change some other stuff. Okay, as you can see that this is the formula table, transform column types, hash, expanded table column, and those datas. Okay, so if you see that there are expanded table column, removed errors, and then other ones, renamed columns, those ones. So this is what it was, and now what we're gonna do is helpers queries, which is gonna be the tree. Okay, so when you click on it, you will be able to see transform samples. Okay, after clicking on it, you can also change it, or at the end you will see the Power Query or which you are selected, or which you selected, whichever one you want, and then from there you can also do or like change the data. You can also manage the parameters however you want them to be. Now what I'm going to do is show you another thing that you will be able to do by using this Power Query, that how it works. Let's say you were supposed to keep or like remove the rows. So if you want to remove the rows, it's gonna like select it directly for you. You don't have to like select it like one by one, just select on it, and then you can also remove rows. Let's say if you want to remove errors from there, you can also remove errors. So let's remove, and then what I'm gonna do is remove duplicates. So after it is like remove duplicates, now you can see only one has like one is now here because all the duplicates has been removed. But if you had, or if you wanted to like remove duplicates from like Microsoft Excel, what you have to do is like select the whole table and then go to the tool and then remove the duplicates. But instead from here it's gonna take really less time, and it's gonna use the Power Query editor and gonna help you do all of it. You can also merge the queries. Okay, so if you want to merge the queries, that is can also be done. Select each and every one of them, and you can see you will be able to merge them. As I don't have data here, so I'm gonna do is go to sample file, accounting, and as you can see that this is the one, source, binary, basic functions. Let's go to ChatGPT. After clicking on ChatGPT, I'm gonna do is let's navigate. Now accounting, insert, and you will see that these are the transform samples, edit settings. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna go here, sample file. I'm gonna go here, source. From there I need to select this one, which is the binary, but it mostly works on Excel SX. So I'm gonna click on it, and then you can select the parameter, or you can also transform. So you need a data one, so you can like keep or start using the Power Query. So from here you can also do other stuff like splitting the column by delimiter. Okay, and you can also transform the data however you want them to be. Okay, that is also going to depend on how you're going to use Power Query. Okay, so let's do it again for another time, how you're going to be able to use it. So first off is click on this, get data, from file, go to from folder, JJK, which I have right here, press on open, and it will open up all the ones, okay, in here. I'm gonna do is combine them, combine and load. So I want to combine and load all of them. So as I've done it, so this is gonna be the like data 1, okay. So I want is this one. I'm gonna click on it, the pivot table, and then you will see the query, like the table or the interface will open up again. After it has been done, what I'm gonna do is the key didn't match any rows in the table, so I'm gonna do is delete it. And now the next thing what I'm gonna do is also do the same thing from here, folder JJK, click on it, and this time I'm gonna combine it. So after combining and transforming data, I'm gonna select on it, and it will take some time, and it will take me directly there. I'm gonna do is pivot table, press on OK. After selecting on it, now I'm gonna change the data or customize it a bit. You will be able to see it from there or from the this interface. After selecting it, you will see that this is it, okay. Now what I'm gonna do is, let's say from here I can duplicate, or I can do is reference. You can also change it, okay. Let's say I want to fast data load. I'm gonna do is, let's say I don't want anything but NULL. That is gonna be it. And now I'm gonna do is manage, duplicate or reference, however you want them to be. That's all gonna be up to you. If you want to add columns from examples, that is also done. You can do this, or you can also add in columns, okay. Add columns from examples, that is also done. You can also do that. That is also going to depend on you, that how you're going to do it, okay. So I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to split the column. So I'm going to select on it, cancel it. I'm going to split the column. So it's split the column, you have to select on it, and then what you're going to do is split it, select on a column, and then from there you will be able to split it, okay. So to split it, so I'm gonna do is, let's say from here, creating data type, and you can do is unpivot other columns. Well, unpivot, I have it pivoted, so it's gonna tell me to unpivot these columns. So I'm gonna do is unpivot columns, and now they are unpivoted. Now I can also do other stuffs, now I can split columns by delimiter. Well, that is gonna be it for we can use whichever type or whichever side I need to be, then press OK, and you will see this range is now expanding one by one. Now I'm gonna do another thing, is gonna be remove duplicate columns. My bad. I'm gonna do is remove this column. From here, what I'm gonna do is remove duplicates. I'm going to remove all duplicates, and you will see all of them has now disappeared. Why has that disappeared? Because all of them were duplicates, okay. So if you don't want any of those, just press Ctrl Z, and you will see that undo does not work here. So you have to keep that in mind and be extra cautious or extra careful on how you edit those datas in Microsoft Excel Power Query. So after all of them is done, what you're gonna do is just select on whichever one you want. We can just cut it, and this will go back to the previous self, because it does not have undo button here. So you can just cut the steps which you applied. So as it is done, what you can do is use all of those things and copy each and every one of them. Copy this, and then just paste it in Microsoft Excel. You copy, do is cut this, keep, go here, paste it, and you will see that all of the data has been edited in Power Query, and you can paste it directly in Microsoft Excel worksheet. So hope you guys understood everything, and if you face any problems, let us know. We will help you in any problems, okay. So hope you guys understood everything, and thank you for watching this video.